defense being able to get stops when they needed to. There was a couple bad field position situations early in the game that turnover and a kickoff return that the defense went out and got a stop, which was real key to the game. And I was just really proud of the way our guys competed in the game today, played in the game today. You know, we sort of told them that there's, 10 units here, whether it's O-line, D-line, linebackers, secondary, coaches, and all those units need to work together, and that would make us strong. And a lot of the leadership on the team really stepped up this week and knew that we would be a little bit vulnerable, and I was glad that the guys all responded and did well. So it's a good win for us, and we're going to take an extra day off this week and not practice on Monday. Try to get some guys healed up. Both Scarborough, I think, will be okay very shortly. Would have been pushing the envelope a little bit today to put him back out there, and we did not want to play him today unless we absolutely had to, and we never needed to do that. But from an injury standpoint, I know we had a couple guys come out of the game, but I don't think we have anything serious to really report on.
We'll start over here with Michael.
First, it's right guard. Is Lester Cotton hurt? We didn't see him in there. It was some field goal situations.
I think I said the other day that we're trying some people at that position, and Lester missed some reps, because of his concussion a few weeks ago, and he was in a black shirt all week this week, and he knew that he could play in a game, but he didn't take as many reps in practice, and we said we're going to just take a look at some other guys playing that position right now, and he was cleared to play in a game, and he did play some in the game. So we've been wanting to try Curvin in there all year just to see how he would do, and it'll be interesting to see how those guys did at right guard.
Come back over to the right side of Rachel.
Coach, I have two questions for you. First one is, if you were to give a game ball to a player or a unit without watching the film, is there somebody or a unit that stuck out to you today?
Well, I'm not big on doing that kind of stuff. We did give Eddie the game ball after the LSU game, and the players wanted to do that. I wanted to do it. He went on a trip with us. The team means a lot to him, and we miss him a lot. I guess if you went on statistics, you'd have to say the quarterback did a really good job today, but I think he'd be the first guy to tell you that, the other 10 guys that he plays with did a really good job too. So we talk about standard, and we talk about team, and we talk about togetherness, and we talk about everybody doing their jobs. So we're not big on singling out people that, when I feel like there's a lot of people that did a really good job today.
My last question is there any joy taken for you personally on the sideline when you see the backups get in and do so well in who you chose in the recruiting process and the coaches that you chose and how they coach? Do you take joy in that?
Oh, I love it when we get to play a lot of players. I know these guys work hard, and they prepare every week for the game, and they know they're one play away from maybe getting the opportunity to play, and they go for 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, and they don't really get to play that much. And so it's always good for them to go out there and get experience, and it's good for our team that they get the opportunity to go out and play because they develop confidence. I think it makes them more aware of what they need to do to prepare for a game, because some of these guys may have to play somewhere down the road, and I think that experience will be, invaluable for them.
Stay over there, Aaron.
You said you sat with Jalen this week, talked about some stuff he was missing in the passing game. Obviously, you haven't watched the film, but what did he do today to make it effective?
You guys, I didn't say stuff he was missing in the passing game. I said we just took some plays and looked at them and said, what we're supposed to do here and what do we do, and we got to have a lot of positive self-talk, but we also got to learn lessons about doing specific things to execute the offense, and that's what we talked about. Just like I never said I didn't vote, which you all now, that's like a big news story all over the country. I said I got an absentee ballot. Tuesday's our biggest work day and game plan day, and I forgot it was election day until I got home at 11 o'clock at night. So I don't know how all these things get sort of twisted around. I guess it makes a better story.
What made Jalen effective today?
So we really didn't talk about the passing game. I mean, I think one of the things that we want to wanted to do this week is, you know, we had a good plan, and we wanted to focus more on better preparation and maybe some extra meeting time, so he felt more confident in his understanding of what the expectation of what he needed to do was, and I think that paid off, and hopefully, you know, we'll be able to continue to do that and continue to improve from that standpoint.
Go back into the back with Scott.
Probably an unfair question before you get to see the video, but were they first reads or progressions that you saw on the passing game going downfield to those guys you wanted to get the ball to, the playmakers?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I think that, you know, the interception that he threw, the receiver was supposed to go underneath, which is what he expected him to do, and the guy kind of cut the receiver off. So, you know, when you're throwing in long balls, you got to anticipate, and it looked like a bad throw, but really was a combination of not getting things, you know, accomplished in the route running like he anticipated. So, but I thought he made a lot of good throws today, and I thought that the explosive plays were, you know, huge in the game.
Come back over here to Mark. Front.
Yeah, just want to ask about Anthony Averett. Mississippi State seemed to throw at him a lot today. How do you think he held up in coverage?
I thought he did a really good job. You know, I thought our guys, you know, kept their receivers cut off, which is what we coach to do. We got called for a couple pass interference penalties today where, you know, I thought the guys were in really good position, but it is what it is, and just have to do a better job with them. But I thought Anthony did a good job. He didn't give up any plays. Gave up a big play playing cover 2 where we didn't jam people and cut them off like we need to. But there's a lot of things that we can improve on. There's a lot of work that we have to do, and we're going to continue to try to get better and improve and get everybody to play their position a little bit better.
Right here in the middle with Tony.
Coach, kind of more on that, you were able to stop Nick Fitzgerald and really limit him, especially after a big game last week. Just what do you think contributed to that?
Well, I thought the defensive staff did a really good job in preparation. I think a lot of the plays that they run, we run, and are similar plays to what Jalen runs in practice, and we always practice against each other. So we kind of see and know things that make it more difficult to run those plays. I have said all week long that it takes a tremendous amount of discipline defensively for everybody to play their responsibility, that a lot of these plays are very similar to old option football where somebody had to dive, somebody had to quarterback, and somebody had to pitch. And when people don't stay focused and do their job, that's when big plays come out, because when you add the RPOs as well as the zone read and the quarterback's ability to carry the ball, and for him to run sliders where the guy comes back and blocks the guy that has the quarterback, everybody's got to do their job, because you don't have 2 people, you have 1. And I thought our players did a really good job of that today.
2 more. We'll start over here on the front row.
Coach, Trayvon Diggs getting his first career, touchdown as a freshman. What does that say about this unit as a whole when you look at the depth?
Well, Trayvon has been a really good player for us, I think, all year long, and he's contributed in spots. You know, early on, he did, when we were down defensive backs, he played both ways, and that probably inhibited his growth as a receiver. But now that he's played there for 4 or 5 weeks, he's making really good progress and doing a nice job for us, and we're gaining more and more confidence in his ability to contribute, and probably did a lot for his confidence today to score a touchdown.
With Alex.
What did you see from Adam Griffith today?
I'm sorry?
What did you see from Adam Griffith today? Obviously, he had the 3 field goals in the first half. Has struggled sometimes this year, but what did you see from him today?
Well, Adam's kicked the ball very well in practice. I have to look at, I know he kicked a couple low ones today, which is really not his style. He usually kicks the ball and it gets up very quickly. That's one of the things that we really like about the way he kicks. You know, the field was a little bit soft today, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. But he did line drive a couple, even though he made them. So you know, we have a lot of confidence in him, and we just have to continue to encourage him with his plant foot and his technique, and to believe in it and trust in it, so that he can be consistent and make some of these field goals, and we have that kind of confidence in him.
Last one here, Coach, we have one more. No, Terry, I apologize.
You mentioned Ardarius Stewart before. What did you see out of him that enabled him to have 3 touchdowns?
Well, he did a nice job. You know, he's a very explosive player. He's gone through some, you know, injuries and battles and things this year, missed a couple games, but I think he's back healthy now, and, you know, he's a very explosive player. He and Calvin Ridley and O.J. Howard are guys that, you know, I've talked about all year that we need to get the ball to, that need to make explosive plays, and we were able to get that done today, and I thought he did a fantastic job. You know, he's fast, and he's got really good hands. I know he had a drop today, which he's probably very disappointed in, but I thought he had a fantastic day today.